You seem to have worked wonders with Benjamin Sesko in 48 hours. Just how much potential do you see in this squad? Obviously, it's been quite a tough season so far. How much potential do you see? And for you or the next person coming along, how much can they draw from this kind of squad of players now?
Well, first of all, I think Ben, he's the one who crosses the white line. He done it for himself. So let's look. We showed some video, but Ben's been working really, really hard. He's a diligent lad. He trains well. He reviews his games meticulously. So he's been striving for that moment. I'm just fortunate that it came in the game that I was taking charge of, so I'm more than happy for him. There's lots of potential in this squad, and I think potential is a good word, because you can see some young players who are learning their trade and developing at Manchester United under the biggest microscope, under the most intense pressure. So within that, they'll have to learn quickly, but they'll have to develop a thick skin and deal with the pressures that come with that. But I said it the other day, that's Manchester United, and as quickly as they can learn to deal with that, accept that, we have to help them. Experienced players have to help them, coaches, staff have to help them, managers have to help them, everyone in the club has to help them. The biggest thing for me is the fan support, that's there on the pitch, understanding of these things, but I can't question any of that, because the fans away from home the other night and in the home stadium, I think they've been fantastic with the players. So if you take it in isolation on match day, I think the players are in a good environment to improve and to learn and to keep developing.
Samuel and then Stephen.
Hi Darren. I don't know if you remember saying this, but after Jose was sacked and I came in, you said the club risked writing off the season by hiring a caretaker. Now, I'm not expecting you to say that's going to be the case here and you're entitled to change your mind, but do you think that there needs to be some clarity on who's going to be in charge for the rest of the season sooner rather than later?
It's good research, that. I was young and naive when I said that, wasn't I? No, that was my feeling at the time. And I was speaking in context of probably being out of the game and not involved in it from the inside. I think the most important thing for me is it's not my decision, and ultimately the club need to do what they think's best. The people in the higher up in the roles in the club, they need to do what they think's best. They need to know what their plan is going forward for the success of Manchester United, and I'm sure they'll do that. I think that they'll be strong enough to think to accept and to deal with that pressure and to make the right decision for what's best for them and for what Manchester United is just now.
Hi Darren, I'm reluctant to ask about a 15-year-old in a press conference, but you've worked closely, you can tell by your smile on your face, I'm going to ask about JJ Gabriel, his wonderful talent. Could you provide some insight into him as a player and working with him with the under-18s? And could he possibly be in the squad this weekend? I know the rules state that he could be involved in the FA Cup at just 15.
Well, he could be, but he's not going to be, because obviously anybody could be picked. But JJ's a fantastic talent. I've enjoyed working with him immensely, getting to know him. He's a young lad with a massive sort of hype. There's a lot of noise around him, and deservedly so, because he's a real talented kid. He works hard. He loves football. First thing I'd say is he loves football. He loves training. He loves playing. He loves having the ball. He loves expressing himself. He makes fantastic decisions. He's just got an enthusiasm for the game that's just amazing. 15-year-old, a bright future ahead of him. I'm super excited by his talent, but the most important thing that he keeps developing. And he's in the under-18s team and he's doing fantastically well, but he's still got lots to learn and he's developing within there. But the world's his oyster and he just needs to go on his journey, and his time will come in due course. But for just now, it's a little bit early, I think, and I think a lot of people would agree with me. But I couldn't speak highly enough of JJ. He's got an amazing family and amazing support around him, and he's somebody we're delighted to have at the club, and we just hope he keeps improving, learning every day, and just keep being the boy that he is really, and enjoying, loving playing football and going and expressing himself and scoring lots of goals so the Manchester United under-18s win every game, and then I'll be a happy man.
Jay.
Hi Darren, you've previously been technical director here. You're working in the academy, you've been here 5 years I believe.
Yeah.
So you're not sort of surprised basically you're not the obvious choice to be the interim, because after all, isn't that why you're here, to sort of learn about the club, the club inside out? Are you not surprised that actually, they've not come to you and said please do it for the rest of the season at least?
No, I was surprised I got offered for the 2 games, because I wasn't expecting it. I don't think like that. I think about the job that I've got in hand, I really do. So it wasn't something that was on my radar at all, but when I do get asked to do it, I know that I can do it. I know that I'm comfortable doing it. I know the environment. I believe in myself. I feel like I've learned a lot in the 5 years that I've been here. I've had great experiences as a player. I've took my time to develop and learn as a coach and other parts of things off the field, which I'm glad I've done, because I think it's put me in a great position now, or a better position now than I would have been 5 years ago. So I've had 5 years of learning under good coaches and good people. And as I said, I feel like I've developed a rounded approach to the game and football, and comfortable in a lot of different situations, academy, technical, or obviously coaching and leading.
Exactly, so that's why I'm saying you seem the obvious choice.
Maybe I appreciate you saying that. But honestly, it's 2 games. I'm the obvious choice for these 2 games, hopefully, and thankfully an amazing opportunity. But that's all my focus and energy is going on just now. Anything beyond that is out of my control.
Next question for Rob.
Hi, Darren. Can I just ask you how you found this experience? Because it's such an all-consuming job. I mean, has it made you think that in the future you would like to be a permanent number one, further down the line, or are you sort of desperate to get back to the under-18s where the sort of the spotlight and the pressures may be a little bit less?
I've always been quite relaxed about my future. I've enjoyed it. I really have. I've enjoyed the challenge of it. It's amazing. I've tried to relish it. I've tried to go with my instincts. As I said, I think I'm quite well prepared. And I've always tried to prepare myself to be a manager in the future. It's something I always thought that I would maybe be quite good at, or something that I'd enjoy doing or enjoy the challenge of. But at the same time, I wanted to be really careful and make sure I was ready for that if that moment came. But it's not something I'm saying I'm like desperate to do. I think circumstances in life dictate that, where you're at, yourself personally, health, family, lots of different factors dictate that. As I say, I've got 2 young boys on the start of their footballing career, where that takes them. I've got another set of young twin girls, which takes up a lot of my time. So them things are on my mind really, and I've experienced how intense it has been a manager for less than a week. So it's there's not much time for much outside the family life and things outside the football. So I want to prepare myself to be a manager, and that opportunity might come for me one day, and I know I'll be ready to do it. But if it doesn't, I'll be more than comfortable with that. And if it remains staying as the under-18s coach, I'm really happy and enjoy doing that, and I'm going to help develop players for Manchester United.
Thanks everyone.
Cheers guys, thank you.